Hi y'all, I'm Allison and we need to pick the rest of my books for March. I am going to be getting help from my Sims. As a quick recap, despite being sick in February, if you want more on that, just watch my Just Spin It. I won't bore y'all with all the details again. I had a really good reading month, so I read everything from The Sims last time with the exception of I have not finished King Solomon's Mines. I may DNF that one, but we're not here to talk about last month. We are here to talk about March and find out what my little Sims are going to do to me. I hope they're going to be kind to me. The only way we're going to know is if we get into the game and turn my fate over to them. So let's get on in there and see what he and his little group are going to do to me this month. Wish me luck. Okay, so let's go over to Garrett's house and get this started. We've got his brother Gable to help, and Goldie is along for the ride as well. So let's go on in and start picking our books for March. So all we have to do, tell my Sim to read something. So in the past, my Sims that have been authors wrote books and changed the title of the book to be a prompt that I could use for my game. It's as simple as that. Let's find out what our first prompt is. Biography. So that'll be good. I'm hoping to get some middle grade on here this month, but we will see. I'm gonna go with something a little bit more current and lighthearted. Lauren Graham from the Gilmore Girls. She has a memoir, Talking as Fast as I Can, and I've heard it's really good. And I believe it's only like a 4.5 hour audio, so that'll be nice. All right, let's get back into the game and see what his brother Gable is going to do to me. So let's have Gable. He's already over here. He's still wearing his Christmas hat. Have him pick something for us as well. The stereo is playing the Sims theme. Okay, Once Upon a Book Club YA. Awesome. I was hoping to pull out one of those boxes this month, so I get to pick one of those. Thank you. So I'll be glad to get another box opened up and off of my floor. These are always fun to do. And for this one, I am going to go with Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. She's a mermaid collecting the souls of the dead in the sea. I actually ended up getting 3 copies of this book. So this is the one that came with Once Upon a Book Club. My daughter also bought it for me for Christmas, and it came in an Owl Crate box. So I think what I'm going to do is read this gorgeous green one from Owl Crate and just open the presents when I get to it. So I'm going to unhaul these 2 and keep the Owl Crate. All right, let's move on along and we'll go to Goldie, our librarian. She is going to get to pick a book this time. So hopefully she'll be just as kind to me. See, she got us. Oh no. Oh God, we have to add 2 more. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so we are now picking 7 books instead of 5. So we will have Goldie put that back and redraw. This is book 3 again. Okay. And that was one of the Christmas ones. I'm going to pull all these out of here real quick, just a second. So all of the Christmas books have been removed, and we're going to tell Goldie to read something. Get my 3rd prompt. Don't forget to write. A book set it in boarding school. Okay, I don't know what Goldie has against me, but really 2 more for Goldie's book. I'm going to actually do another Once Upon a Book Club pick, which is A Lesson in Vengeance. Set at the Dalloway School. We've got magic, LBGTQ. I believe it's a sapphic romance. Dark academia, maybe. So I am looking forward to reading it. All right, let's get back in and find out what's next. Now that we have to pick 7 books. Since we only have 3 Sims and we need 7 books, Garret is back at bat, and let's see what he's gonna do. I think I'll just let y'all see the house as they go. It's not very big. All right, let's see what we get. A random shelf, so I have to do the random number generator. And I won't have to choose, so at least there's that. Okay, Garret wants to take any decisions out of my hands. I seem to get this one a lot, which I don't mind. I think it's actually kind of fun. So let's go to the computer and pull that puppy up. This is random.org, and I have 9 bookcases that we're going to be counting from today. So we are going to bookcase number 1. And believe it or not, that one only has 3 shelves on it with books. This is the one closest to my desk, so I use it for bullet journals and all of that stuff. Shelf 2. All right, this is Witches. And we have 8 books, not including continuations of series. Let's see what kind of witchy little book I'll be reading. The last one, number 8. Nice. That one went well because I kept going to this book all month, and it is Hex Hall. This is a older one. God, I bought it at Borders in 2011, March 2011. I miss Borders. Did y'all have that bookstore in your area? Ours closed. We have a Sophie Mercer. She is a witch, and her mother is not. Her estranged warlock father lives over in Europe. Apparently a prom night spell goes wrong, and her father's solution to that is she must go to a reform school for witches. And I think we've got some Mean Girl vibes going on in this one. So I don't think I've actually ever read this one. I don't remember, but I've been eyeing it for a long time now, and I'm excited to get this one on my list. So this will be cool. And it's a nice short YA read. All right, so let's go back into the game and find out what Gable is going to do to me this time. Hopefully, it'll be just as good as his first pick. Cross your fingers for me. Benet. So, what is next? Okay, an animal on the cover. All right, yes. I can get a middle grade. I am going to continue with Victoria Schwab's Cassidy Blake series. This is part 2, Tunnel of Bones. And we have our cat on the cover. This follows Cassidy Blake. She can see and talk to ghosts. Her parents are unaware of it, and they have started a new career as TV personalities with a documentary show about haunted places all over the world. And I'm guessing this time we're going to Paris. The first book was in Edinburgh, Scotland, and I loved it. And I cannot wait to get back into this. So thank you, Gable. All right, we're doing pretty good. That should have been the end of my list, but thanks to Goldie, we have to grab 2 more books. So it's going to be her turn again. So let's get back in there and see what she's going to do to me this time. Okay, we have to tell Goldie to stop and go again. This is all her fault. So let's see what we're going to get. Annie Rambler. Okay, so these were actually left in here by accident. This is, if you play The Sims, if you finish the bestseller aspiration, your sim can write a biography for another member in the household or a friend or whatever. And then if they die, if the ghost reads said biography, they will be brought back to life. And I meant to pull these out because they're actual gameplay. But then I thought it might be interesting if I could somehow relate a book to this. So we're going to see what we can come up with. Annie Rambler was my founder. She's the one who started this whole family tree. These are all the descendants of hers. And she was an orphan and an author. So I figured I could find a book with an orphan in it or a book about books. So let me see what I can pull up. Perfect. Al Craig Jr. sent me The Unforgettable Logan Foster. So Logan is in the foster care system, and he's got like a photographic memory. He likes to recite facts. And for some reason, Logan and his prospective parents have never clicked. But it all changes when Gil and Margie arrive. They aren't perfect themselves, and he soon discovers there may be more to them than they think. They're actually superheroes. So I am really looking forward to this book. And this does have a #1. So this will be the start of a new series. All right, let's go back into the game for our final pick. It's going to be Garrett's turn once again. He's getting quite the workout today. And hopefully my streak will continue because these are doing really good. I'm happy with this list.
Arva.
Our last book will be Garret. Pick one more. Hopefully it will be something good. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my God. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm a little afraid. What are you? Put it back. Read. Okay, the Halloween jar. No. No way. Okay, we're supposed to have 5 books. Then it changed to 7. Now we're at 9. And I have to pull from a jar. But at least it's the pumpkin. So these are going to be horror and thrillers. So I decided to leave my Halloween jar out because I enjoy these all year round. So let's give it a shake and see what we get. I hope it's something kind of short because my list is now at 18 books for the month. Plus, oh, and I still have to read the chain. So 19. Yeah. How many days are in March? I don't think there's enough. Okay, let's go with this black one. Okay, short. Short, middle grade. That's what we want. Okay. Chronicles of Nick. There we go. Chronicles of Nick. Nick Gaudier. New Orleans. He's 14. And this is a spin-off of the Dark Hunter series by Sherilyn Kenyon. So Nick is an apprentice to one of the Dark Hunters. They are immortal vampire slayer. Yeah, vampire slayers. The adult series is very heavy on the good smut. It's one of the smuttier books that I really enjoy. That series is great. It's really long. And this one is YA, so tons of humor in it. There is Simi. She is a imp or a demon, and she is hilarious. So this is a great book. I accidentally read this in one day, and I kept following my son around the house, reading parts to him, and he ended up reading the next day. So if you've never heard of the Chronicles of Nick and you're looking for a fun paranormal series, highly recommend. And I'm so excited to get to read it again. Although my list is getting very long. All right, let's go back in and see what Gable's going to do for this time. Hopefully something can be short. I think Gable went to sleep, but you know what? They're making me suffer this month. So, yeah, he can get back up and pick another book. Oh, I think he's sick. Okay. We've got My Precious, a book from the fantasy genre. Fantasy. All right, I found another middle grade, Al Crate Jr. That's where all of my recent ones have come from. This is February's box. So this is supposed to be a spellbinding contemporary fantasy set against the backdrop of the Caribbean Sea. We got friendship, magic, and mermaid, and middle grade, and on the thinner side. So checks all my boxes. Okay, let's go back in. Goldie's got one last shot, and if she picks another one that adds a book, I may lose my mind. So hopefully this will be our last pick. Let's go find out. Okay. Don't let me down, Goldie. Nicely decorated. A book with an image or illustration on the spine. All right. I know exactly what I'm going to read. So in my Just Spinning, I chose Mr. Knightley's Diary. And I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to reread Emma. And I've got this gorgeous edition. I'm so excited. I haven't read any of these yet. These are illustrated by Marjolaine Baston. And I believe she does calendars, but I own every book that has come out so far. There's only been 5. These started last year. Best thing about these is they come with ephemera and all sorts of, there's family trees and all sorts of things tucked into the book. Oh, here's like A Midsummer's Night's Dream. And the book is illustrated. I'm going to read Mr. Knightley's Diary first, because it's been a long time, and then I am going to read Emma. So then when I'm reading the original by Jane Austen, I could be like, oh, well, maybe this was what Knightley was doing, what he was thinking. And it's just so fun to see both sides of a story. Beautiful book. So let's take a look at the house right quick. This won't take long because it's a very small house. Here is the rest of the living room. And over here is their entryway and the kitchen. Thanks for the sound effects, Goldie. And then back here, we have the 2 kids' rooms. And there's their pictures. Oh, 3 kids. And here is the master bedroom and a connected little ensuite back here for the parents, and then the hall bath for everybody. Yeah, it's got a little wallpaper down the bottom. Out back, they have their covered garden with a patio and a pool and some fruit trees. So there we go. That is Garrett's house out here in Oasis Springs. Next month, we will be going to Hank's house. Let's say bye to our Sims and see what other books I have. I still have 4 more books to pick, and these are for my extras. So we're going to keep this really brief, and see what I need for, let's see, we'll start out with Read Your Bookshelf. For March, the word was growth. So anything that shows growth, whether it be a character, plants, in honor of spring. And for this one, I had the perfect book. Another YA. And another, I think, Owl Crate. So at least I am getting all of my book boxes read, which is awesome. I'm not sure how you pronounce the main character. She has the magical ability to cause plants to grow with the touch of her finger. Yeah, her aunt dies and leaves her a dilapidated estate in New York. And her parents are hoping that that environment will help her heal. So, and all sorts of things happen. There are dark forces at work. So I've been really wanting to read this one. And this is the perfect time because, God, magic with the ability to grow plants. Perfect for growth. So next we need 2 for TBR Knockout by Completely Melanie. I added some color for January, but I haven't colored in February's yet, even though I did finish them. So we need a book that has magic, and we need one with shape-shifting. So that should be easy enough to do. Let me see. Okay, for magic, middle grade, yay. And I am going to be finishing a series, The Winter House Mysteries. This is the conclusion to the Winter House trilogy, and I have really enjoyed it so far. So I'm just going to knock a series off my list. Yay! Even though I'm starting God knows how many. But we'll take the wins where we can get them. Then for a shapeshifter, I was surprised. It took me a while to find one that wasn't just like a werewolf as a side character. But I have Forest Born. This gorgeous book was a Christmas gift from my daughter. And I'm excited for it. Aurora is a shifter born of the forest. And she uses her abilities to spy for the king. Traveling under different guises and listening for signs of trouble. So there's a magical illness that travels through the land, and Aurora discovers that not only her best friend, but the prince has come down with it. So I'm looking forward to this one. Owl Crate arrived. It heard me trying to get some off my backlist, and so it said, I'll give you another one. All right, so we've got one more to do, and that is our buzzword. And this month it is location and title. Speaking of subscription boxes, I'm really hitting them heavy this month. I am doing The Lost Girls of Ireland. This came in my Wordy Traveler winter of I got it in November. This is set at Wild Rose Bay on the west coast of Ireland. And we have a mother and daughter who, unbeknownst to the daughter, they are fleeing Dublin to get away from a scandal. So I read like the first 2 pages just to see. So much happened. So I'm really looking forward to this book. I have a feeling this will be one of my first ones. This is Suzanne O'Leary. It's a mother and daughter relationship and dealing with the aftermath. The father dies suddenly at the first page. And there's a whole bunch of upheaval left in the wake of that. There are my new ones, plus Lauren Graham. So we just added 13 books to my list with my 5, so I'm at 18, and I still have to read The Chain from February, so y'all wish me luck. Coming up next, I will have my Wordy Traveler unboxing. I've got my next one that came in February, but I wasn't feeling well enough to film, and that one is centered around Peru, so I'm really excited about that. I will be filming that very, very soon. And I also have my bullet journal pages to share with y'all. I have a layout for Buzzword. I know we're late, but better late than never. And the A to Z challenges, as well as my entire 2022 bullet journal layouts. And I flip through from so there's lots of stuff coming up. If you would like to make sure to see any of that, be sure and subscribe. And let YouTube know that you enjoyed this by hitting the thumbs up button for me, because that would really help a lot. My channel's taking a hit from me not being around. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Have a great reading month, and let me know what book you are most excited for yourself to read this month. And if you're participating in Middle Grade March, y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye now.